Hello everybody, what's going on? This is Andrew, and today I want to play some Mono Blue in Standard. Now, if you've been following along on my channel for a little bit now, you'll have remembered that I've mentioned that I like playing Mono Blue decks kind of like this one. I like tempo-y decks, I like aggressive decks, and I like cards that help you draw cards. So, in this deck, we've got Ascendant Spirit, we've got Suspicious Stowaway, and we've got Overcharged Amalgam as my highlights for this deck. I'm hoping that these three cards and the power that they bring to the table can help carry us to victory. Now, as support, we've got some Imriths here at the top end, we've got some Cemetery Illuminators, and then I'm going to try out a couple Spectral Adversaries and Mischievous Catgeists. Now, I don't think this card is good. I want to make that clear. I don't think Mischievous Catgeist is very good at all, but it's pretty good to sacrifice to your Overcharged Amalgam later on. That's the main reason the Catgeist is in the deck. Also, if it does get in a hit against a control deck or something, it is quite good. So as I was adding these cards to the deck, I realized that I have a lot of spirits. I've got the Ascendant Spirit, the Catgeist is a spirit, this is a spirit, Cemetery Illuminator, which is a new card from the new set that I'm really excited to try out in this deck. It makes you can cast spells from the top of your deck. So if you exile an instant, it lets you cast instants from the top of your deck. If you exile a creature, it lets you cast creatures from the top of your deck. Really cool card that gives us some pseudo card advantage. But they're all spirits. So I'm going to try out two of Geistlight Snare. If you were playing Standard during the old Mono Blue deck with Siren Storm Tamer and cards like that, they had Wizard's Retort in that deck because all of the cards you wanted to play were wizards, and you could get basically Counterspell most of the time. So I'm trying out Geistlight Snare to see if I can make it do something similar. We don't have quite enough spirits to really make super great use of this, but we are really close actually, and I might try a more spirit-centric version of this deck at some point in the future to see how much we can get out of this card. Because having a 2-mana basically always counterspell is really powerful. Also in this deck, we've got 4 Fading Hopes. This card's pretty good against a lot of the decks in the format, especially the aggro decks. And then I've got 4 copies of Syncopate. I think this card is going to help these blue decks a lot. It's going to help you have a counterspell that's relevant late and early on. I don't think this is too many counterspells. I think this is just about right. And that's the main deck. We'll see how the main deck works. In the sideboard, we've got some Disdainful Strokes, some Test of Talents. I've got some Dream Shacklegeists in here. This thing hits for a lot, and it can help you race against other creature decks. I have no idea if this is where I want to be against creature decks, but a lot of the time your counterspells get a little worse against creature decks. So having relevant creatures that can help you race other creature decks can be valuable. So I'm going to try out a couple of Dream Shacklegeists here in the sideboard. Got Malevolent Hermits as well. I've got Attempted by the Auric, which again is good against creature decks. And then against the control decks, I'm going to bring in these 4 cards. I'm going to bring in the Graven Lores to help us draw some cards. I'm going to bring in a Hullbreaker Horror and an extra land to help me cast the Hullbreaker Horror. And that's where I'm at. Game 1, pretty straightforward. Play cheap threats, protect them, and then use Imrith and Cemetery Illuminator as later game card advantage engines. Sideboard, we'll gas up on counterspells against the control decks, and we'll bring in our creatures and better removal against the creature decks. I'm excited to try this deck out. Let's hop into a couple matches. Alright, getting into match 1 here against Fire Kids. I don't think kids are supposed to be on fire. If your kids are on fire, you should probably seek out a medical professional or a firefighter, whichever whichever comes first. And yeah, this hand looks fine. We'll play Ascendant Spirit on 1, we'll have Counter Magic on 2, then we've got our good cards later on to help us recharge. They didn't have a play on 1. I'm hoping that I'll be able to use Syncopate and Dwarf Disruption aggressively here. Magda. Let's see. I'll attack. Cool. Got in a free point of damage. Reckless Stormseeker is going to get countered. I just need to figure out which counter. I'm going to use a Dwarf Disruption for this one. I want to get this land down. But I'm wondering if I need to leave 2 mana open to Syncopate next turn. I think I have to risk it. I'm hoping they go land 5-drop. No, they're going to play around it. Oh, they just have a Predator. Okay. Just have a Predator. This card's really good, obviously, but... Is the 3rd Overcharged Amalgam good? I think I have to pass here. Overcharged Amalgams are okay in pairs, but 3 might be too much. Reckless Stormseeker. Yeah, that's fine. Kalane. This Syncopate's running out of time to be good, but I don't think I want to counter Kalane. Let's go to combat. It's just going to target the dragon. Sure. Yep. I think I'm just taking the damage and pumping up my spirit. Now, do I slam Imrith? I think so. I think this is just play Imrith. And pass. Predator is a problem. We need to find a bounce spell for it. Luckily, it looks like our opponent's flooding out a bit, so I get to hit with the Imrith next turn. I hope. Yep, just saying no blocks here. Sure, it's nighttime now, that doesn't really matter. So when this hits... If this hits, I draw a card. Let's hit and hope to draw a bounce spell. It's not a bounce spell. Yeah, this isn't looking very good. I can make this a 6/6, but I still just would have to chump the Predator. So I think I'm just passing. Honestly, drawing all 3 amalgams here is really awkward, obviously. They were on the play, they got out ahead on mana thanks to Magda, and then these never were able to do anything. It's weird that the counters were there already. Wait. Oh, because of Kalane. Oh, sure. Yep, our opponent had a great draw here, and we're just dead. Okay. Time to try the Dream Shackle Geists. And the Tempted by the Auric. The negates go away. The Concerted Defense goes away. And a Syncope goes away. Would I rather have a Disdainful Stroke than a Syncopate? I think so. Yeah, let's try that. We need to get on the board early, and we need to be able to interact just a smidge more. This looks fine, actually. Because we'll go tap land on 1, on 2 we'll play Stowaway, then on turn 3 we'll just pass the turn. So this flips. Den of the Bugbear untapped makes me scared. Okay, good. They do not have a thing. We got a Magda, yep. Let's go land, attack, draw and discard. Should I bounce Magda on upkeep? I'm wondering about it. Kind of like that, honestly. Okay. Cemetery Illuminator's time to shine, I think. The thing's gonna come down, exile their Infernal Grasp, and let me cast instants off the top of my deck. Instead, I get attempted by the Auric on top, which could be good, depending on what their plan is here. I discard 2 cards, huh? I think it's the Amalgam and the Disruption, and I keep my Flyer. Yeah. I'm just going full in on the beatdown plan. There's a creature, so what I can do is I can attack with this, exile my own Suspicious Stowaway. So it says, once each turn you may cast a spell from the top of my deck. So this is my spell for this turn, and then that's going to be the spell for next turn. Or for my opponent's turn. This card is sweet. Yeah, you got it. I'd like to make this a 2/3. I'd like to bounce that. Ooh. This can come down and phase things out, which is nifty. Do I just pump this and smash? Kinda want to just pump this and smash. I'm gonna do it. I'll eat their sorcery now. so many spells that I can cast. Let me see if I flash this in. Yeah, you got it. Oh, that's all they're doing? Cool, so they're dead. So they're dead. I'll play this. Oh, they didn't even let me play my Dream Shackle Geist. Okay, that was sweet. I was pretty happy with most of the things that went on there. This card's gonna be huge. I'm very convinced about that. Alright, getting into game 3. I really feel like some of these 3-drop spirits are giving this deck a little bit more oomph to it, I guess. Can I keep mono counter spells dot hand? It's probably not good enough, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, this seems a lot better. I'll play 1 disruption. Ooh, okay. I forgot they had this card in their deck. Am I playing to the board? No, I think I'll just take a hit for 2 next turn. And try to... Yeah. I'd rather do this, I think. Oh, they don't have lands. Oh, this is so good for me. I can play this. And... Do I get my instant or their creature? Let's do instant first. They have a removal spell, yeah. They wouldn't have kept their hand if they didn't have at least 1 removal spell. I think I'm just going to play both creatures here. Both of these creatures draw cards if I get to hit them. And this can let me steal a creature. So we'll see what they want to do here. There's a chance that they like attack for 2, play a 3-drop. Then I'm going to steal the 3-drop and crack back. They keep hovering the cat guys like they want to kill it. Oh. Guess I'll just pass. Now this draws cards. This can make creatures phase out. Sure. Yeah. Is it going to target itself? It is. So I think I phase out the slasher here. I guess I can let them attack with it, right? That's how phasing works. They are attacking with both. That's 7 damage, though. I want to phase out the Sentinel so I can draw 2 cards, but I don't think I can afford to do that. So I'm going to do this, pay, phase that out. Now I guess I can... Oh, they played 2 spells. It's going to flip back to nighttime, or to daytime. That sucks. I'm going to say no blocks. Yeah, our opponent had a good grip of spells, and they got kind of lucky to hit their lands on time. I think I'm actually going to discard the backup Stowaway, so I can block with this Faceless Haven. That lets them have their Slasher, though. Maybe I should have played the creature. I don't know. This has been a hard game. Sure. Goldspan Dragon might just do it for us. Yeah, the Sentinel attack would be a little aggressive. This Faceless Haven's probably going to block. Am I just doing this, taking 8? Can I afford to take 8? Or I block like this, and I take 5? Yeah, I think I'm doing this. My turn. Catgeist. Target the adversary. Draw a couple cards. Oh no, I needed to put this on this. Oh, come on. Then I just flood and die? Well, that's a frustrating end to what could have been a good game. Well, we'll try again and see if we can get our opponent in the next match. Alright, we're getting into another match here with our mono blue tempo-y deck, and hoping we can interact a little bit more and get ahead of our opponent. Might be playing against another Jund deck, maybe vampires. I'm gonna guess vampires. Guess we still don't know. Our last opponent played this card also. Geistlight Snare is decent. I think I still just play a Stowaway here. And then next turn just go land, attack, pass. Yep. This hand's gonna be a little slow, it looks like. The Spectral Adversary might be able to help us race a little. Yeah, drawing another lane's not great. We might have too many lanes in this deck. Not super sure. Do I counter this? Probably. They can use the Blood Tithe Harvester to kill my Seafaring Werewolf. They're not going to, they're just attacking. Don't have a 1-drop. Don't have a 1-drop. Nice. Can at least get in with my werewolf, draw a card. Need to find something here. Land's not it. We'll pass. This turn, the plan is to use the Spectral Adversary to do some stuff. Yeah. Dress happens. They could take Syncopate, and they see that I'm flooded. I'm guessing they have another play here. Oh, they just have a kill spell. Interesting. I can use this to phase out my werewolf to protect it from the spell. Hmm. Yeah, I kind of like that, honestly. Okay. Phase this out. No, I'll block. Now it's daytime, but that's okay. The Den of the Bugbear is a problem. Would like to find something to do. Nothing. Nothing great. We can go Ascendant Spirit plus Suspicious Stowaway and pump our Spirit this turn at least. Yeah, we've... I don't want to say we've stabilized, but we're not far from stabilizing. That might do it. They get to recast their Infernal Grasp, kill my Spirit. Yep. And yeah, just finding lands is not great. I think I have to attack twice to try to draw cards that actually do something. There's a Fading Hope. Now the issue is that I have to play this, and then I have to hold up the Fading Hope. I guess there's a chance they don't cast a spell, right? They just fire up Den of the Bugbear. If they do that, I could maybe draw enough cards to get out of this. Sure. It's pretty good. Now I have to, like, Fading Hope bounce that. Illuminator's good. Oh, I should have countered this. I don't know why I didn't do that. Oh, there's an Amalgam on top of my deck, which obviously isn't going to help at all right now. I just have to leave this back to block, I think. Yeah. So this can just try to kill me. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attack with the Stowaway to try to filter past this island. To find a spell. Another Fading Hope would be great. Why can't I... What is going on? Okay. Come on, Fading Hope. That's a negate. That's not really what I wanted. No, it's nighttime, but they can, like... Duress. Do I just cast the negate? No, I'll let it resolve. Now they know that they can just attack and kill me. If they tap this... Oh, it's not tap, it's pay too... Oh, yeah. For some reason, I thought this tapped to do this thing, not sacrifice blood. So I was like, oh, I can use Amalgam to counter the ability if they tap Anja, but that's not how Anja works. So we're gonna bring in our creature package, take out the negates, take out the concerted defense. Do I bring in Disdainful Strokes? No, they're too bad. They're too slow. Okay, let's run it back. I can see a world where we can get kind of around and through vampires. I think it requires just the right spells, but Fading Hope helps a lot in this matchup, I think. Yeah, like this. This looks like a totally reasonable opening hand, where we get to lean on Ascendant Spirit, back it up with some counter spells, and hopefully go to town. Duress, sure. Take my Syncopate, that makes sense. Seems like I'm having some connection issues here. My internet didn't go out. And I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm holding Drawer Disruption up here. If they don't do anything, I'll just power up the Spirit. If they do something... Is this one I even care about? Nah, I think I'm just going to power up the Spirit. I'm going to play this as a tap land now and just start attacking. Hopefully use Fading Hope to find something good. More lands. Sure. Not sure what they're going to want to take from my hand. Okay, they take the Tempted by the Auric, sure. We will bounce this. Looking for a land, found it. Ding. Do I just make this a 4/4? No, I don't think so. I think I'll hold up Amalgam. Yep. So now I need to decide, is Amalgam better or is Ascendant Spirit better? Which of these creatures do I want to go the distance? I think I want my Flyer instead of Ascendant Spirit. That might not even be true, because if I... This can be a 4/4. This is just a 3/3. This is better if I draw a land, because if I draw a land, I can just like attack for 3 and then play Imrith. This is better if I don't find a land and I find a spell. I'm not sure which one to go for. I think I'm going to bank on not finding a land. So I'm going to sacrifice the Amalgam to itself. Cool. Go. I'm going to do the same thing as I did before with the Spectral Adversary and use this as a protection spell. Smash with both, and then just slam Imrith. That should be the game. Okay. They killed my spectral adversary. And my spirit. Oh, you can't attack, though. I have this thing. Cool. That's exactly how I want these games to play out, right? I want to have just enough disruption to keep them off what they want to do, and just enough spells to get over the finish line. I'm wondering if this is a matchup where I want the Graven Lore and the extra Faceless Haven. Like, if games go long in post-board games, the Graven Lore is going to help us catch back up. But if they get an aggressive start, the Graven Lores do nothing. It's one of those where I need to know a little bit more about how the matchup's going to play out. Sometimes these creature-based matchups post-board grind quite a bit. Like, our opponent had Duresses, check for traps, a bunch of removal spells, and we only saw 2 creatures from them that game. I'll bring in the Syncopate and take out one of the Geistlight Snares. But I think I'm going to leave it like this because I expect our opponent to still have a decent number of cheap creatures, and I don't want to go too big. If we know that our opponent is going to board a specific way in these creature decks and the games become a lot more of a mid-range slugfest, I would say that you want to bring the Graven Lores and the extra creature land in. And I don't know if I talked about it too much earlier, but I have the extra creature land in there because when we're casting Graven Lore and Hull Breacher Horror consistently, that's what we want to be doing, and we need to make sure we hit our land drops. And also, Faceless Havens are really, really good, especially in matchups like this. Okay, they got on the board early. Ooh, Fading Hope was a great draw. Amazing draw. Okay, Bloodcaster is fine. I don't think I'm attacking. I'm just gonna chill. Threat of Activation might keep the Epicure back. I'll just counter this one. Catgeist? Or Activate? I think we go attacking and play the Catgeist. Leave up Fading Hope. They missed their land drop. So I'd be okay with them just attacking and then me Fading Hope their blocker so I can get in with Catgeist and have Amalgam up next turn. Ooh, they couldn't cast their Duress because this only casts vampire spells. Sure? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, they're just attacking. Am I just bouncing this? I think so. Bottom of land. Attack, draw a card. Cool, go. They found a land. And they're go blanking me. Kind of just want to cast Disruption here. Keep holding the Amalgam. See if they want to attack into my Catgeist. They do. Cool. They're gonna let me keep drawing cards. I'm cool with that. And I found an Ascendant Spirit. So now I can Syncopate for 2 plus Power Up Spirit, or just cast Amalgam, cash in the Catgeist. Let's go for the Amalgam this turn. Sacrifice Catgeist. I think I'm okay with that. Because I can still just go this on this, and then hold up Syncopate. Syncopate for 2 should be able to counter most anything they do. And then next turn I'll just slam Imrith, and we should be good to go. Yep. Syncopate for 2. They get to get in for 1. Fading Hope. Excellent draw. Here's my dragon, go. They found a land. They're finally getting their land drops. But it's not going to be good enough. And our mono blue deck took care of vampires. And that's how those games can play out. Our opponent got a little unlucky with their mana, but our deck also kept us in the game and did exactly what it needed to do. That's going to be it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed getting a couple games in with this mono blue deck. I love decks like this, and so I'll probably revisit builds like this as we go forward in this standard format. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you next time.